But I am back for those who are in my original Romance Revenge Live. I am back, so I'll wait for you guys to join me again and then I'll continue. Hopefully, you guys can see that I'm back. Okay, Sissy Barbie, good. You're back. We're back. All right. All right. So I'll just go ahead and continue as everybody comes back in. Everybody, they got, the situation with Megan and everybody she's dealing with. You got Jay-Z, everybody he's dealing with. You got Desiree Perez and everybody she's dealing with. So this is another situation where Nicki Minaj is aware that Roc Nation has a lot going on. This is why I say that she's taking the opportunity to kick them while they're down because they got a lot of judgments, court cases going on. Hopes and fears. Nicki Minaj's hopes is that the tower falls. She feels like it's already begun to fall. That would be Jay-Z and Desiree. She hopes that it continues to fall and burn and crash to the ground into ashes. And there's nothing left there to rebuild from. She hopes it falls. She hopes it comes. She hopes it continues to fall. Temperance. Now, this is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, it could be Jay-Z as well because they're both Sagittarius. They're big, both big, major Sagittariuses. Now, the fact that it's upright, though, is good. It's good because this is some type of harmony and balance. So at the end of the day, there will be at least a ceasefire between the two of them. And I believe since this is Nicki Minaj in her reading, that at least she's going to get to a point where she's all right. It could be some sort of mediation, because this is also the card of mediation, which is why it's harmony and balance. It's a Sagittarius card ruled by Jupiter. The courts mediate. I'll clarify. This is Jay-Z. He has a lot on his back right now. He has a lot on his back. And I think he actually, maybe if he just pays Nicki Minaj, this could go away. This could go away. If he pays her, she won't be on his neck. She'll let his karma make him come down, but she wants her money. She wants what she felt like was taken from her. Let me clarify the temperance. And Jay-Z may be like, well, since I have so much going on, Nicki Minaj is a battle that I actually don't have to be battling right now. Let me send this bitch some money. Maybe. Hey, Will. You know what? That would be really nice if Beyonce tried to mediate, because I told you guys, at least back then when I was reading her, she wasn't anti-Nicki. I said that several times. She might be annoyed by her now. I don't know. But back then when I was reading her, she wasn't anti-Nicki at the time. Temperance. Yeah. There's an opportunity for recovery, at least recovery between them. Not a friendship, but Jay-Z will have to initiate it, and maybe he will. I believe that he will reach out to her and they will talk. And at some point, you won't see Nicki have her arrows pointed directly at Jay-Z's neck. Desiree, I don't know. I believe Jay-Z is going to reach out to her. Behind that mediation, this Page of Wands will probably be Jay-Z striking up communication. And this Ten of Swords in reverse is the opportunity. for at least a conversation and for those swords to fall out of the back. I believe that will happen. At least a conversation. Let me see that page because I think that's Jay Z initiating some sort of conversation with Nicki Minaj. Look, it's Jay Z. I said, let me see the page of wands. Who's that initiating? I believe it's Jay Z. Striking up conversation. I think he'll reach out. I think that he'll want to handle things privately with her. I think this is Beyonce, and I think Beyonce may have something to do with it. This in reverse means Beyonce feels like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place because the Hermit reverse is isolation, forced isolation, exile. I don't think Beyonce hates Nicki Minaj. I don't. And this makes me think that even more than when I've seen it before. I think this is making Beyonce feels like she's stuck in between them. I think it's putting her in an uncomfortable position. Let me clarify that. I think that Beyonce is aware of the power that her and her husband hold and that they've been wielding, and that maybe Nicki Minaj was a victim of it. And I believe that Beyonce might feel like Nicki Minaj is every right to be upset because we actually did run her over in our chariot. Sissy, the big bar mods don't have no mercy. Sissy said, well, tell your man to pay up. And she yelled it because it's in all caps. She been yelling, y'all. I think Beyonce feels like they may have took things too far over the edge with Nicki Minaj. A little too ruthless with her. And they may be having a spiritual war, throwing woo at each other. And to be honest, I don't think that Beyonce is the type that likes this. Like I called Beyonce my cousin sister, and I said that it would break my heart if she ever had beef with me because she's my cousin sister. I think it's like that with Nicki Minaj too. There's some sort of respect amongst the queens. And this is nasty. It has spiritual battle all over it too. So they're not just slinging words and legalese. It's magic being thrown around. Jay-Z has a woo lady, and Nicki Minaj probably does. She's praying. Jay-Z's burning candles, and it's a lot. I don't think that Beyonce wanted this for them and Nicki. And it's almost like it will never end because it's two Sagittariuses. So I think Beyonce is like, this can end in everybody's death. They'll take everybody out fighting each other to the death. And whatever she admires about Jay-Z, she probably admires about Nicki Minaj too, because they're both Sagittariuses. Both top tier in their craft. So I think Beyonce is stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I don't think she wants to fight witch wars with people that she respects, because this can get messy. It's already gotten messy. I think that their relationship was ruined over the business, the title deal, because they had a genuine friendship, but it was fractured when this business situation got involved. Business ruined it, but I don't think that they have personal beef with each other. They were friends, and I think that Jay-Z is Beyonce's husband, so she's loyal. I still think that they kind of communicate in some way, even if messages, even if through other people. They can't outwardly be friends, but I don't think it's sour between them. And I think that all three of them can come and will come to a ceasefire. I absolutely do think so. And speaking of Beyonce, let me see if that's her in the near future or if that's Nicki Minaj getting some coin. I think that's Beyonce. Beyonce's concerns are always the business and the bottom line. Beyonce gives me, right now, looking at her, this is very much earth sign. I think that she values loyalty to the people that she wants to be loyal to. I think that if you have a friend in Beyonce, then you have a friend in Beyonce, and you might have a friend for life unless you mess it up. I think that when she's fond on you, she'll ride for you. And people used to call her slow and stuff, but sometimes those people with that blind loyalty, that forgive, forgive, and give because they love you and they just gonna ride for you, they make the best friends because they have compassion on you and still have your back even if you might not deserve it. Um, she will never defend Nikki. She's scared. Not saying outwardly she will. I don't think so. I think that she also is concerned about how this is affecting business, their image, their family. And I think that if she does step up in any way, not I don't even know if it will be outward because I'm reading Nicki Minaj's energy. So she may step up in the near future in Nicki Minaj's presence, like, hey, can we talk? And then she may, try to initiate and smooth things out so that Jay-Z can come in. I think that's why she will step up to Franco because of this. They're already going through it because of Jay-Z. This is them going through it. This is their image and their family life being in reverse with that 10 of cups. So I think that she feels like we cannot have another enemy right now, especially not a Nicki Minaj problem. We can't have a Nicki Minaj problem right now. We can't have her reposting. Where's that fool in reverse? We can't have her reposting the situation with his alleged son. If anything, I think Beyonce will step up because she might have feel like now it's going too far because they may be able to hush up other blogs and stuff. But Nicki Minaj is not a blog. She's not afraid. She can fight them back. So that's why I said I think they will have to have a ceasefire because it will go too far after this. And I think Beyonce will assert herself somewhere. And I think the outcome will be Jay-Z possibly initiating some sort of conversation with Nicki Minaj. I think we will see her step back from the harsh fire. Not saying she will start being a Jay-Z supporter. She'll still support their demise. But if he reaches out and they communicate, after that, whatever they come up with, she'll be like, all right, I'll let the universe do their thing with you and I'll enjoy it. But I won't be so hard on your neck because now you reached out and you're going to try to clear your debt with me. That's what I see. That's exactly what I see. Let me look into that fool in reverse because that's the situation with Jay-Z's alleged son. And that came out behind Beyonce. So I want to see that from Beyonce's perspective. Where'd you go, little buddy? There you go. The fool in reverse. DeFranco? Interesting. Jay-Z has been persevering, standing his ground, trying to avoid this young man. I'm reading Beyonce actually right now, the Virgo in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, because the full, this young man came out behind Beyonce. This is Jay-Z standing his ground. Now, I think that's his boy, or at least I think Jay-Z thinks it is because of this card. It always tells me so much. It's one of my favorite cards because when I get it, I'll be like, okay, bet. I see what's going on. This bandage here means that Jay-Z knows on his mind that whatever he's defending himself against could cripple him, injure him. This person, they're strong with muscles, but they've been in a battle, bitch. They done got hit too. Why? Because this hasn't been easy to fight. Because this young man believes that he is his Faja. And he has someone with a little coin to keep him in the courts, his godmom. So I think Jay-Z thinks that this is his son. Because he's hurt. He's gotten hurt trying to fight this illegitimate child. And if it's not, you won't incur any wounds fighting it, especially not after all these years. The godmom, who was the young man's mom's friend, she has to believe with all her life savings that is that young man's, that her friend got pregnant by Jay-Z, because they've been fighting it in court for years, well over a decade. And he said, that young man said, that his godmom has been helping him. So she's been using all of her coin for well over a decade on behalf of her friend to get this DNA test done. These people believe that lady passed away saying, that is your pappy. To her dying breath, she upheld that. Now, who would want, while their son is watching them leave the earth, usually people unburden themselves because they don't want to die with the guilt of upholding a lie. So they'll unburden themselves. No, she upheld it well into after her passing. So at least those parties feel like he the pappy. And this tells me that Jay-Z and his legal team have been very ruthless in their attempt to not respond, not address. Now, this not being ruthless, this person is seated on a stone chair, unmovable. So much so that you hurt yourself and your image fighting this. And the way you hurt your image is fighting this because people are wondering why Jay-Z won't take it if it's not his. So yes, that has injured Jay-Z because it makes people think that there may be some truth. Jay-Z, I believe that is your child that you are trying to leave out. And I believe, since I'm clarifying the hermit, which was Beyonce, I said, let me see what Beyonce has to say about this boy, that I believe she knows. I think they know. This is the lack of response to that young man in his attempts in court. Let me see that. Now, this is the young knight. Now, listen, if this is Jay-Z trying not to respond in court, then who is this after him in the same suit? The king and his knight. This would be the king not responding and his knight, same suit, king of swords, knight of swords, running right after him with his sword raised. Answer me, answer me. No, no, answer me, answer me. Look, he's charging at him. alleging, charging right after this knight, but this knight is in reverse with his sword down. At rest. Nope. Legally blind. Huh? Who got served? I ain't get served. I ain't get served. Who got served? He said I ain't get served nothing. Who? Serve me well. How you gonna serve me and I'm blind? They'll be like, sir, we don't need you to see. We just need to put it in your hand. What hand? I'm blind and I ain't got no hands. Served what? Oh God. Him and Beyonce walking around there with walking sticks like this. That's them walking around with their sticks. Beyonce, I mean, Jay-Z, he got to have one eye open because he got to see where the serving processor's coming from. But Beyonce, both of her, my name Bennett, I ain't in it. I was 12 when he got her pregnant. Y'all ain't catch that little jokey joke? That was my one little jokey joke. She said I wasn't there. I was learning I was learning 1+1 when he got that girl pregnant. I wasn't there. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Beyonce, open your eyes. Beyonce, open them. No. Nope. I wasn't there, so I ain't got to. If I wasn't there, what I got to see for? If my eyes wasn't present on the scene, then what can they tell right now? No, I might as well unpresent them right now. If they wasn't present then, in the matter of this young man, they ain't present now either. They ain't no use. I didn't see then, so what I'ma see now for? All right, well, that's my Nicki Minaj, and then a little bit of Jay-Z situation too, off the cuff. We all say we dated them when they 18, child. That's the lie we all tell when we fast and flip. Beyonce, my cousin sister, and I know I like them older. Find me a silver fox, and I might hooty hoo. Never dated anybody younger than me. So she's a damn lie, because I wasn't 18 when I was messing with him, and neither was she, goddamn it. Let's all just keep it 100. Beyonce, do what your cousin sister do and just tell the truth. But y'all can't tell the truth because ain't nobody gonna ruin me for me telling my truth, and I ain't got no big Jay-Z to take down with me if I tell the truth. But girl, we as cousin sisters, girl, we like them good and seasoned, experienced. We need to feel safe and secure and womanly, and we need a man that's a man. You know what I'm saying? Been through a few things, so he can teach me something, daddy. Teach me. We like to learn. We like to shut up, listen, learn, and then do it. I just, so I don't believe that she was 18, but don't everybody lie when they're rich and famous and they do something that's going to get them in trouble, and they don't feel like it's our job to get them in trouble for it? They lie. I mean, I remember how fervently. No, she was probably over 18. Then I was going to say, I remember how fervently she was dodging Nelly when he was popping up, like I always say, popping up everywhere trying to bring her Popeyes. And she was kind and gracious, but she was probably already snatched up back then. You would have went with Kanye, not Jay-Z or Diddy, out of the big three. Kanye seems like he has a little package. I honestly think it's little, like really little. I think it's really little. because I think his all his muscle is in his brain. So that's the first thing I thought about with Kanye. So I was just like, I can't do that. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I could. I mean, if he all right, I would be Kanye's business partner. Absolutely. Ooh, my lashes. I just feel like Kanye. Yeah, that's a lesbian relationship. And my ex-husband was like that. So I ain't doing it no more. I can't. Listen, don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. You can't. Talking about marrying for love and you don't care if he got a little penis. Think about that shit for the rest of your life. Think about that shit in realistic terms. I did it for 12 years, y'all. Don't do it. Because every day of those 12 years of that marriage, you're going to be trying to convince yourself why you a good woman and why you got enough self-discipline not to cheat. And I never did. So that's why I say I'm too good for a lot of people these days because I know what I can do. But ladies, you deserve somebody that even when life is hard, the only thing that is good enough to balance out a good hard day of life is a good heart. And so if it's, listen, you need that for the bad days of life. You need that for when it's cold outside and you had a hard day at work. You need that, okay? I'm telling you, because if it ain't, then them hard days, it's going to be even harder when you get home to deal with the fact that you ain't got no relief. And so listen to mama when I tell you, it ain't going to be. Cheers. I can't do Kanye with you, my love, but sure. You know, Fly God, I was very happy in my marriage because I was treated well up until the last 2 years. We had fun. We were ace boon coons. It's just there are things that I value that I absolutely had to settle on. Absolutely had to turn the other cheek. I had to say, you know what, Dina, that's a good man, Savannah. And how many good men, Savannah, are in this world that's ready to get married at 20 something and be a good, this man wanted to be a good man. He couldn't wait to be like his daddy. He couldn't wait to be somebody's husband so he could be somebody damn daddy and tell me what to do. He didn't want to be outside, not without me. No. He wanted to be up my butt. Okay. And I remember the first Thanksgiving, because his mama and them ain't like me. And it was a Thanksgiving. It was the one Thanksgiving where they decided to sit down at the table. My first Thanksgiving with them. And they had a nerve to have everybody sit around and say something they was thankful for. I don't know who they thought they was. And he said, I'm thankful for Adina. I'm thankful she in my life. I'm thankful that she here with us celebrating this Thanksgiving. And I'm thankful that one day she gonna be my wife. And everybody was shut up except for his daddy chuckling, proud as fuck. Mamas and sisters looking sick because I'm skinny. They ain't like me because I'm skinny. And they were all very, very, very big. And that's no shade, but they were. All of them got gastric bypass surgeries after I got in the picture. The youngest sister was about 410 pounds when I came into the picture. So that's why they didn't like me. They didn't have men. He was the only boy. He was the baby boy. He had three sisters and a mama who was getting cheated on, three big old daughters who ain't had no man. And he came in there with this. Man, they was sick. They was sick. And they all went and got surgery. All three of them. All three of them. As soon as I touched down in that family and he said she wasn't going nowhere, put me on the table, doc. Because ain't no way she finna be up in the family portraits making us look like. And I ain't even do nothing. I come around and out eat all of them. I was like, y'all ain't got to feel no way around me. I'm hungrier than y'all. What you mean? I'm gonna out eat all y'all. I fit in good here. They ain't like me. I was cute. I had their brother, and up until I came, their brother was their man. Their brother was all their man because my father-in-law was always cheating, so it was he was his mama's man, and his sisters ain't had no man, so he was their man until I came and fucked everything up, child. And that's why if I do it again, your mama got to be gone to glory because I'm in my 30s now. So the type of man that I date, they mamas would either be old or gone. Listen, I don't know if I could do another son of a single mother or a mother who ain't single but is being treated like she is because they become the balm in Gilead for that pain. I look 28, 29. Thank you. Just add 10. Add 10 to that. Auntie got less than 90 days, July, August, September, October. October 7th. It's July 9th, October 7th. Auntie will be 38. Yes, 38. Yes, add 10 on to that. You got to add a decade onto that number, honey. I got decades under my belt. Yes. I hear that all the time. Somebody almost cussed me out because I told them I wasn't 20 something and they thought I was lying. I say, no, baby. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. When I say Auntie got this, I mean Auntie got this. And I'm going to outlive a lot of y'all too. Got more energy than most of y'all. My knees still work just like they did when I was 18. They don't crack or nothing. Back still arch real good. Listen, I be up in the gym every day just working on my fitness. My cousin has started secretly recording me. And so I've been enjoying her stalking me because I'm not one who likes to record. I'm not a record girl. I miss all the moments because I be living in them. But everybody else around me, they like to record. So yeah, she was recording me doing that last set because I was dying, but she says I have good form. So she thought it was inspirational. That's why she recorded me. But yeah, health is wealth. Yes, because I bought my own shit. That's what a goddess does. She creates an empire of her own and she lives in it. And that's what you do when you are self assured, self aware, and talented as fuck. You can create your own music and work out to it. You can do your own nails. One of them come off, that's okay. I got my supplies. I put them on. I take them off and put them back on. I do my own hair. Do my own makeup because I don't need too much. Life's good over here. I employ myself. Ain't for everybody, but I've gotten the hang of it at 38. Definitely was not easy when I first started, but at 38, life's great up here. Don't let nobody in their 20s convince y'all otherwise. They don't fucking know. Y'all don't fucking know. This ain't no shade. But Auntie is here to tell y'all think we be lying, us millennials, when we say we feel great. 40 is not old. 38 is not old. Nobody can tell me I'm old because of what number I am. I am in my body, bitch. I am in here. I cannot be convinced that I'm old if I haven't started to feel old yet. And my granddaddy, when he was 94, said, when I asked him how it felt to be 94, he said it feels inconvenient because my body don't want to keep up with my spirit. He says you ain't old until you feel old. And he didn't feel old until he tried to do something that he wanted to do still. But his body was like, hey, Your spirit might be forever young. Hey, cheers to you. But here in your earth body, we got an expiration date and you reaching yours. He said it just felt inconvenient because he still wanted to do stuff that his body said he couldn't do no more. So don't let nobody lie to y'all that ain't in that age bracket tell y'all that you are old for being in that age bracket, because bitch, how the fuck do they know? They not even here. Can they even get in? They not even here. They gotta get here. They gotta make it here. So listen, ain't nobody who ain't been through what I've been through. I've been going through it a little bit longer. So you ain't gonna snatch away the youth that I feel because I earned it. And that's for all y'all younger ones who like to call us old. Bitch, if I don't tell you I feel old, then do not call me old lest you lose a year or two off your life. Because where? Yes, and that is the wisdom. We be trying to tell y'all 30 something is not old. And y'all get 20 something, 25, and y'all be like, boom, I'm grown now. I got to get my body done. I got to get this because now I'm getting old. Every bit of 27 talking about now I'm getting old. And we like, no, don't do it yet. We ain't saying don't do it at all, but bitch, don't do it yet. And then y'all get to our age, and because of all the wear and tear you put on your body before you needed to, now you feel old by the time you our age. So yes, for Gen Z and the one after y'all, y'all might get in y'all 30s and y'all late 30s, and y'all might feel old because y'all was rushing to be grown. We wouldn't. We still ain't trying to be grown. And that's why we ain't. Because in our spirit, we we still listen, we still y'all age in our spirit. So y'all gonna feel old when y'all get our age because y'all couldn't wait to be grown and look grown. Y'all couldn't wait to look 30 something in y'all 20s. Man, listen, I'm sorry that y'all millennial parents was outside and recovering from PTSD and not telling y'all. And I don't know what they was doing, chasing the dream that we were sold about college degrees and the American dream. We sorry. I'll say sorry on behalf of the millennials who ain't give y'all the game, but it ain't never too late. Be as young as you can be for as long as you can be, and do not think that you're old until your body starts to be like, all right, bitch, okay now. If you ain't gonna sit down, we'll sit your ass down for you. That's when you old. That's when you're starting to get old. And old is a state of mind, so it can be reversed. Age can't be reversed, but old can. So even when you start feeling your body start to be like, hold on, we starting to clank clank. Implement some sort of exercise to your lifestyle. I exercise now not because I just love being hot, sweaty, and hurting in the gym and feeling like a noodle afterwards. But I love having the energy. I love having the freedom of movement in my limbs. I love how good I feel. I feel so good. I just feel really good. It ain't even about the body on the outside because that's the plus, but I feel great. I'm up early every morning. By the time the sun rises, I've already been at the gym for an hour and a half. By 7:30, I'm leaving the gym, going home, getting in the shower, and starting my work day. So energized. So fucking energized. By noon, I'll be like, God damn, the day ain't over yet. Might be done finished my day by noon. By 2 o'clock, I might be able to take off the rest of my day if I want to. It just feels so good. It feels good. So that those are a little bit of jewels that I didn't even know I was gonna be dropping for y'all. But don't let nobody don't rush to. I know the aesthetic. They feed y'all trends and aesthetics, but I am here to tell you that a trend will go away and it'll come back in another generation. They fade away as soon as you catch on to one. But the one trend that never goes out of style is being healthy. And that's cliche, but that's what being 38 and getting older will be a testament to. All those things that they tell you when you're younger that you don't pay attention to, they'll come in handy when you start getting older and having to implement them. Because, yes, health is wealth. I feel amazing. I look amazing because I take care of myself to the best of my abilities. And I can do better, but every day I try to do better. And as a result, I feel good while a lot of other people my age and even younger than me don't feel or look as good as I do. You know, a lot of my classmates, I see them and I don't even be recognizing them. They be like, "Girl, Adina, I ain't seen you in so long." And I be like, mm-mm. Yep, who are you? I know, girl, yay. Who are you, though? And they be like, "Girl, we hung out all the time." And I be like, "No, wait, that's you?" Then I have to watch my face to make sure that the shock and awe and confusion doesn't read on my face. But they don't be taking care of themselves. And they don't feel like they do. They got health issues. They be having old people health issues. All my cousins that's 40 something in their 40s got high blood pressure and stuff. When I saw that happening to them when they got my age, who? I got proactive. I got really proactive. So I start reducing my stress and I start implementing a rich regimen. I created a tea for myself, a hibiscus tea. Hibiscus is really good for dropping blood pressure. If your blood pressure, get some hibiscus if you got blood pressure issues. It's my favorite thing to use for bringing it down. Keep some dried hibiscus on hand. If your blood pressure is really high one day and you ain't got no blood pressure meds or nothing else, boil that hibiscus, brew it like a tea, and it's really potent. As soon as you drop it in some water, the red is really thick and it's very tart, not bitter, but tart. So add your honey, add sugar, but that will bring your blood pressure down almost instantly. Drink a whole cup of hibiscus tea, your blood pressure is going down. And it brings it down so fast a lot of the times that it makes you sleepy because it drops it so fast that you can get fatigue. So that's the only side effect of the hibiscus tea. It can put you to sleep. It makes you very relaxed and it puts you to sleep. But that's because it regulates your blood pressure. So I give it to my mom. She like to drink it before she go to bed because it makes her go to sleep better. But also because that's the best time to regulate your blood pressure while you sleep. And you don't know when you sleep if it's high, until you wake up to an aneurysm or stroke. And so when I noticed my relatives start getting this age and I looked at their issues and I got proactive. So I wasn't coming here to give y'all this tea, but the spirit said the people need it. So that's a little word from Big Mama Busset. Because y'all thought I was in my 20s. And I be thinking that too sometimes, the way I be moving around and going and going and going. And I can do that because my body still does. And those are the keys. That's the fountain of youth that I can give from my perspective. Ask me again in another year, another 5 years, and I'll have some more gems because I'm a student of life and I'm open to wisdom. And I respect it. I respect my elders. I respect their wins. I respect their losses. I respect the failures that they had. I learn from them just as much as I learn from their successes with no judgment. And that's another way to stay young. Respect. Respecting your elders. Because how you think you're going to live to their age if you got so much negative energy towards that age? Maybe the spirit, the universe is going to be like, "Oh, you think that's old? Well, then it sounds to me like you don't want to be around for it." So y'all got to also be careful what you put out there. Yes. No knock knees. Yes. Cheers to the good knees. To the good knee foundation. All right. That was cute. Any questions? Thanks, Amin. Thank you. Gratitude to you too, Fly God. Anything else y'all want to talk about before I go and do my members live of Revelation 11? Because that's where the real wisdom is being shared. This is the free one. Yes. Being able to touch our toes. My trainer was talking about that when we were stretching. He's 26 and he's shorter than me and couldn't touch his toes and was just like, it's okay if you can't, And I was like, can't do what? That's easy. Even walked out a little bit with my hands, walked back in, came back up. That's easy. And he's sitting at 26 and all of 5'4" and can't touch his toes. I'm like, you closer to the ground than I am. How you can't do that? So yes, cheers to us still being able to touch our toes and throw that thing in a circle at the same time. This was fun. Yes, closer to the ground. Like all you got to do is literally just touch it. But he couldn't do it. The body holds all the trauma. So that's why exercise is good because you're generating energy. And that energy is like a propeller. It's going to extinguish that shit, that toxicity. It's going to get it out. So yes, that's another reason. It's plenty of reasons to exercise other than just trying to build a body, releasing stagnant energy, toxins from the sweat, looking good, feeling good, generating electricity in your body. Everything in your body needs electricity. So that's okay, JD. You still young. But start making healthy habits so that when you're older, you don't have, and it's harder to get into good habits. You don't have to start then like my mama, because everything is a great idea unto her at this point in her life until it's time to implement it. Nothing gets done except for her saying her ideas. But once they come out of her mouth, that's it. They just disappear because she's too stuck now. She's too old and too stuck in her own habits of not having good habits to create new ones. It sure does. Stretching is my favorite part of the exercise, actually. The before and the after stretch, because my legs be so hurt. So the stretching is it's such a release, such a relief. One of these days I'm gonna go into a sauna and see. I have access to the sauna, but I ain't never used it. It's been like a year since I've been using this gym. Never used the sauna, never used any of like the bathroom or anything like that. But that recovery room, oh yeah, I'm gonna go up in that bitch. I'm gonna go up in there and get a massage. And it's dark with them neon lights. Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go up in there. Very much stagnant. My mom is 63, I believe. She's still pretty youthful too. She doesn't look her age either, but she retired earlier than she was supposed to. So she did take a hit in her retirement. It was against my advice. I strongly almost begged her not to do that. But she had reached the 40 years at her job, and even though she wasn't retirement age, all her peers was retiring, and she felt like 40 years is enough. She was tired. And so I was like, before she did it, when she first started planning to, it was like 2 years out. And I was like, okay, I don't want you to retire and then retire into nothing because subconsciously your body will settle into, okay, now we're done. And I've seen a lot of people pass away within a year of retiring. Yes, you can ask a question other than the one you just did, because it's like they, once they retire, they send, their mind is sending their body a signal that they're done. And so it seems like they passed away. I want that for my mama, so I wanted her to retire and get another job or a hobby. So I asked her, what might you want to do when you retire? And she had mentioned she might want to be an assistant of a private investigator. So I said, okay. I went online, started doing the research to see what credentials she needed. What does she need to do? Told her what she needed to do. And it just so happened that she needed 2 years of shadowing a private investigator, or she had to get a certificate. And I think the course, my mama always wanted to teach. She used to follow police cars and ambulances when she saw the sirens on. Her favorite shows were like the police shows, the live police shows, and live hospital shows. And she used to want to be a crime scene tech. So, yes, my sister works at the sheriff office, used to work at the courthouse. My other sister used to work at the prison and now works at the child support office. So, all my mama kids want the tea. And I do this. So, we all nosy as fuck. We get that from my mama wanting the tea. But yeah, but I tried to help her with that transition, but she didn't want to do nothing. She didn't want to listen to my advice. And now that reality is setting in, that she retired early and took that hit to her retirement because she retired early, them coins ain't looking like they would have. And now she's starting to look like, okay, maybe I could have. So then she started looking for another job after retirement. She didn't want to go back to Lockheed, but she wanted to find something else. But it's 2025. The job market ain't easy. It's hard enough for degree holders, let alone somebody who only held one job for 40 years and didn't acquire any extra skills. I did HR. So I used to try to tell her, it's you're not gonna just hop out and find a job like that. I see you be looking at other people and thinking that you're going to be able to emulate that, but you don't know what they did to prepare themselves for the situation that they're in. You didn't do a lot of prep. So your reality is this. And I be trying to help her just look at what her reality is and then make decisions based on that. And then she doesn't listen, but then reality sets in, then she just gets unmotivated and ends up doing nothing. And because she's 63, it's harder for her to discipline herself to create new habits. So don't retire early. If you guys are still around when retirement comes and retirement plans are still there, please thug it out the best that you can. Start building multiple streams of income from yourself that aren't reliant on your 9 to 5 job, so that when you get to retirement age, you have other stuff to kind of help you that you probably enjoy. Just start thinking about other streams of income besides just your regular 9 to 5. That's the only job security that exists in these days. In the old days, getting a good job and getting a degree with a good job was job security. But no, these days, multiple streams of income, especially some that are based on a niche skill set, something that you can do as an independent contractor, that's the only job security that exists in this new Aquarian age. So that's more unwarranted advice. And I think I'm done. Don't retire early if you can help it. And if you're going to if you ain't financially together to take that hit to your 401k, if you plan on living on that, and you better thug it out, or you better start creating other streams of income now so you can build up your reserves. Because I'm telling you, my mama in a bind. and she ain't got no man, so she be looking at her girls, and by her girls I mean me, because my other sisters ain't gonna entertain her like I do, because they got kids and men. I don't. So it's almost like she look at me like, "Hey, bestie," and I just be like, "I don't. Nope. I ain't one of your little friends. Nope. You ain't one of my little friends either. Nope. I can't. I can't. In this economy, I can't. Mm-mm. I can't do you and me at the same time. I got businesses. Those are my children. Mm-mm. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. 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 So that's that with that. I'm going to log off, I think. That's all I want. I only wanted to talk about the Nicki Minaj stuff, but you guys got a little bit of Beyonce and a little bit of sage advice. Your cousin is 17. She doing bad things and influenced by bad things, and you want to talk to her, but you scared. I don't know what to say about that. I would always trust my gut. Yeah, Tier. I think MNCF is young though. They sound kind of young. I don't do consultations with minors. So you have to be 18 and older to do consultations with me. That's just in case. All my cousins say I just got 100 on my first quiz. Off to good start. My cousin just started nursing school, and I'm her biggest supporter. So she, of course, just texts me to tell me that. And so when I get off of here, I'm going to tell her how proud I am. I actually got her a gift. Oh, and it's in the kitchen, so I can't show you guys, but I got her this new pen set, and they all say Nurse Talia and the legend planner that I live by, and they're both rose gold. And so I'm really proud of her, and I love that she texts me as soon as she got out of class, because she just got out of class. So I'm probably the first person she told, and I love that for us. I love that my whole team winning. Everybody around me, everybody connected to me is upward movement. And I love that for me. I love that for us. And with that being said, since we ain't really talking about nothing, I'll see my members over in our members live. And for the rest of you guys, I might come on Friday, might not, because I have a very special ceremony to do on Friday. And then I'm gonna go back to Jacksonville, child. My cousin them decided to get married this weekend. Why they ain't just do it last weekend when we was there? I don't know. But she was like, "Come back. We're gonna go down to the pier and have the ceremony," because they did the paperwork. So, if I come back, if I get on live on Friday, I'll have to start at 5. So, if I come back on Friday, it'll be Friday at 5. And if not, then I'll come in and chat with you guys tomorrow to make up for Friday if I can't do it. Love you guys. See you either tomorrow or Friday, maybe both. I don't know. And for my members, I'll see you guys over in our members live. Love y'all.